The true backbone of any economy is small business. It's the mom and pop businesses. It's not the large corporations. And we like to focus on them. They like to be made to look like the bad guys, but the true backbone and foundation of our economy are small businesses. That's especially true here in Surprise, not just for the revenue that they bring to the city, but also because of the ambiance of what they bring to the city. One of the reasons why we love living here in Surprise is because of the unique mom and pops, the craft kitchens, the unique eateries that aren't anywhere else in the valley. Um, One of my goals as mayor of Surprise is to enhance that as much as possible. I love the idea of our tech accelerator. I know there's some changes that are being made to that, but I want to get in there and work on making the focus on not just bringing new businesses that we can incubate into bigger businesses, but to take the businesses that are already here and help mentor them to the next level. Because a lot of these mom and pops, a lot of these small businesses are being priced out of the market. When I first signed my lease with Firehouse Subs, I was at like $20 a square foot with $4 triple net. So I was at $24 total a square foot for my lease, which I thought was outrageous even back then. But when I started to look to expand over to the Prasada development, it was $50 a square foot plus $10 triple net. So $60 a square foot to lease. The already small margins that come with owning a small business, especially owning a small business eatery, that really means the only reason you're in business is to make other people money at that point, especially landlords. So my job as mayor is to not only streamline the process, simplify the process to open a business here in Surprise, but to put together the network that I already have of successful entrepreneurs to work to help mentor the now growing small businesses that want to take their whole business to the next level. You know, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. And the only way to grow to a next level is to gain new knowledge. We have a wealth, an absolute wealth of successful business owners here who love to mentor. I need to work to build really the real bridge between the knowledge of these mentors and the people that desperately need it in order to take their businesses to the next level. And that is something as a mayor that I'm something I've already been focusing on for years anyways. And we're just going to be able to grow that to an even larger scale, working with economic development and the new idea for tech accelerator that they're building right now. I started what we affectionately call the restaurant mafia here years ago. And that started because when I'm especially a new business that I've never done before, I'm hungry for information. And so I started reaching out to all the different restaurant owners and meeting them and going in and talking to them and, asking them, can I pick your brain? And I started finding out that each of these business owners, even though all of them were successful in their own way, were experts in one field or another. Like Mario Reyna with State 48, he was a professionally trained chef and was amazing at creating unique menu items that just made them phenomenal. And Jen Campbell was amazing at she was a sommelier and knew her wines, but she was also amazing at negotiating with the food people. And so I learned from all of them. I learned from all of these people, and then I actually sat down one day and I'm like, I'm kind of selfish. I've got all these great mentors who are willing to mentor me that I've built relationships with, but none of them really, they kind of know each other, but they don't really talk. So we started doing once a month, we'd get together and meet at each other's restaurants, and each person would take turns teaching something. I want to keep expanding on that and growing that. I want to, unfortunately, I kind of let it fall to the side as I got busy with other things and we didn't grow it like we could have. I'd like to find ways to make that happen individually with each of the different styles of businesses that are here, from restaurants to gyms to, whatever. There's all the different businesses should have experts in there. It's another story. This is how I believe one of the killers of business is the ideal of scarcity. And that creates a negative type of competitiveness between people who are in the same style of business. So I actually had the owners of Porta Subs come eat lunch at Firehouse Subs with me. And I sat there for almost 2 hours teaching them how to do social media marketing, some of the management things I had learned and whatnot. And it was funny because towards the end, as we broke up and everything, and we were good friends anyways. But as I come back in, one of my customers was like, "Hey Ed, come here for a sec." And I was like, "What's up?" He's like, "Wasn't that the owner of Porta Subs?" Because they had their Porta Subs shirts on. And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "What were you doing? Like, is everything okay?" And I go, "Yeah." I was just teaching him, what I know about social media marketing. And he was like, "Why?" And I go, "What do you mean why?" And he's like, "They're your competitors." And I said, "Yeah, that's why." I mean, like, we're all in this together. There's enough success because too many people. Here's one of the worst false doctrines that people believe about finances, and this really kills the economic development. Is they believe that wealth, whether that's money or whatever, is finite. It's part of a pie. In order for them to take, it has to come from someone else. Someone else has to lose for you to win. That's an absolute lie. It's an absolute lie. It's an absolute lie. I can't say that enough times. It's an absolute lie. That's called living in scarcity. The abundance mindset, which is actually the truth of the universe, is that there is plenty of everything out there for everyone. There really is no scarcity. And when you're in that mindset, you will actually create it. And, you're not scared for someone you consider a competitor to know who you are, to be open to them and to share with them your expertise. Even in this mayoral campaign, I've hung out with both of the other candidates. Even before I ran, I sat down with one of the candidates and we closed down Bonfire, and we sat there for almost 3 hours talking to each other, and we got along fantastically. And we both agreed we were going to not let it turn negative. Um, I wish that had stuck, because I don't want to see negative campaigning. There's no reason for that. But that's when people end up falling back into the scarcity mindset and think that in order for them to gain what they want, they have to take from someone else. I would love to find a way to mentor that fully into our business community and even into the community as a whole to begin with. Because when you have that many people choosing to understand and live in abundance, it's it's infinite what we could end up creating here together, not just in the field of surprise, but I mean, even economically and thriving. And yeah, I could go on and on about that.